So I got a bunch of requests for the E36 BMW M3, so here you go. Alright, so our BMW M3. Let's see what we've got in terms of engines and stuff. Oh, is that a V10 from, I would assume, a BMW M6? I'm not sure. I thought the BMW M6 had 510 horsepower. Screw it. Do it anyways. Alright, so this car is going to be fairly... Let's change these cars up. We haven't done a proper, like, little drift video for a little while. So let's actually go with a proper drift video, but with some different upgrades than ones that we usually do. So, no Volks on this thing, sadly. A lot of people were like, hey, use some other wheels. So I'm like, okay. Let's see if we can put some HREs on this thing and see how that looks. I'm not sure. A lot of these rims are just too modern. That's like all I can sort of see sort of working, but it's not great. Well, screw it. Let's go with those. Those are the only things that look I don't really like them, but oh well. One thing I'm really not a fan of in this game, if there is one thing, is it's how slow these menus are. Like, okay, I'll tell you guys exactly what I'm doing. I click here, A, okay, that works. Click here, A, that works. And then I click A, and it takes a second. I don't know why. Next gen, my ass. Just like those. Oh wow, those look really good actually. With a little bit of low, it's coming together. This car, it's coming together. This thing actually has the potential to be a very good drift car. Wasn't really expecting that. So we actually got 616 horsepower. That's not bad at all. I'm gonna leave it at that. 16 horsepower, or 616 horsepower. Perfectly good for me. All right, so our tune, gonna be exactly the same tune that I've been using on my other cars. It's just worked. I don't know if it's because this game is so much easier to drift on, but this tune seems to be working for me at least. So you could try this out if you're on an Xbox One, because on a 360, this would be a little difficult to do. Sort of not possible to do. But yeah, it's been working for me, so I'm going to continue on doing it. So there you go. Tune is finished. If you guys would like to download this tune, I will leave the instructions for how to do so in the description down below. So you can check that out and go download this tune for yourself and try to drift it, I guess. I say try because a lot of my drift cars are actually quite hard to drift. If you haven't been drifting for a little while, it's sort of not the classic sort of drift tune that you would put on a car, but it works for me, so I'm perfectly happy doing it. That doesn't look bad at all. That actually looks pretty good if you ask me. I like that. I quite like that. So where are we going to drift today? Oh, we actually haven't drifted a car on our proper drift road yet. We've done the Jelly Escalade, which went sort of well, actually, surprisingly well. Then we did the other car, the Stats car, which, again, is not a real drift car. So let's take an actual drift car to the proper drift road and see how I can do. So what the hell? Well, there's so much traffic? Let's see how this does. I'm actually a huge fan of the M3s. Not so much the newer ones, because I feel like there's too many and they're like basically I think what they did with the M3 is just mass produce it and try to make, hey, cool car, look at this, you can buy it. And it's not too expensive, but there's too many of them, if you ask me. Like, when I look for a car, I look for rare things that people don't have, and I go for those. I.e. why I bought an R32, right? There's only 5,000 of them for America. And then so many were brought back to Canada, right? And the new M3s, there's just like too many of them. My favorite M3s are actually these ones, and the newer one, the E36 M3, which, oh my god, I love that thing. 2005 to 2006, M3, hardtop in like a silver or like a blue. So cool. That is up there and probably my top list of cars. They are so cool to see in real life. I know they built a lot of those too, but just because they're a little bit older now, you just don't see as many of them. So I don't know. Maybe I'm just not a fan of the newer M3 just because they're new and there's a lot of them out right now. But I am a big fan of that older one. Hey, look! We got ourselves a friend! Hello! Alright, so maybe you guys can help me with a little issue I've been having. So, you know the new BMW M4? It's essentially a BMW M3, but a little... Or actually, it's basically a BMW M3 with the 3 scratched off and a 3 or a 4 written in. And then the BMW M3, for some reason, grew 2 doors. I don't understand that. Audi... Okay. Why does Audi and BMW for their, that was bad. For the BMW M3, BMW M3 now has 4 doors, I think, on the standard one, on BMW's website. You go on their thing, standard BMW M3, 4 doors, right? Wait, I'm gonna check. Yeah, I was right. BMW M3 has 4 doors now. All of them do. But the BMW M4 has 2 doors. I don't understand why. Wow, this is some crappy drifting. I don't understand why car manufacturers, Audi does this as well. I don't understand why they make the higher numbers smaller or like less doors, I should say, because they're probably bigger a bit. But Audi does it too. The Audi S4 has 4 doors. Audi S5 though only has 2. I don't understand why. Just switch the numbers around so it makes sense. 2 doors on the smaller number, more doors on the big. Everything would make sense, but no, I don't get that. They probably have some mystical reason for doing that I just don't understand. This car is proving more difficult than I thought to drift. It's quite a bit more work than my other cars were. It is also my proper first German or European actually drift car. Let's take it down to the docks. See how, actually, let's take it down to the second best drift road in the game. See how it does over here. Hopefully it does well. It seems very, I love how I'm about to say, it seems very, very grippy. Then I spin it out a bit. But it actually seems very, very grippy for what it is. It is much more of a handful than my actual drift cars, my like S15 and things like that. Ow! Jesus! There we go, that was bad. Alright, come on. Let's do something with this thing. It's not going well. It's not going well at all. This is, I don't know what it is about it. It seems quite grippy. Like, I could grip this whole thing, or well, nearly grip this whole thing. The only thing that I would do to this thing, if I were to do it again, like, again, this is like a 5-minute build. I don't really like changing these after I've already sort of done it. I think that's sort of the point of this series. I'll say, like, 5 minutes, do what you can in those 5 minutes, and if it's bad, deal with it. And then the video doesn't get uploaded. This one's, it's not bad per se, but it's just a little more difficult. It seems a little more grippy than my other ones. So I don't know if I know more power would obviously solve the grippy issue, but then it would also be prone to spinning out some more. So maybe some thinner back wheels? I don't know. I would put skinnier tires in the back if it was, that's a wrong gear. I would put skinnier tires in the back if it was, if I were to do it again. A little bit skinnier. Not all the way, but just a bit. But like when I'm like this, like drifting in 4th, which I shouldn't be, but I'm drifting in 3rd, it's very controllable. It's just like, I just chill all day, just like this. It's just, I don't know. It seems very simple, very easy. Yeah, like I can seriously just do this for days. I don't know what it is about it, but it's very controllable and it's very stable actually, which my drift cars, if you've ever downloaded the tunes for my drift cars, the reason why I say you should probably not use them is because they're very unstable and they're very, very slidey. And if you mess up one thing, you'll spin, which is what happens to me quite a bit. But I've sort of adjusted to it and can sort of predict what's going to happen. But this thing, it actually seems to be very, very grippy. This would probably be a very good tandem car, providing you add a little bit more camber, just so you can hold a little bit more angle. Like, you notice I'm not going very big angle. Like that's decent, but you could definitely go much bigger in my S15, for instance. So what's the verdict of the M3 E36? It's not a bad drift car, but would I use it? Probably not. I know a lot of you guys seem to like it, but yeah, it's just not for me. It seems a little too grippy. Maybe after this video, I'll go and fix it up and see what I can do. But yeah, definitely add some thinner rear tires. That's probably a given. As well as maybe up the horsepower a little bit. I don't know. It's not that heavy. It's just, there's just something about it that's not my sort of style. Anyways, guys, hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, click that subscribe button down below for more types of videos like this in your subscription box. Don't forget to request cars for next time. I think I'm going to do a jelly car on Thursday. So request what jelly car you guys want to see. I know a lot of you guys wanted to see me compare the G63 jelly car from Forza 5 to the jelly car in Forza 4, or in Forza Horizon 2, excuse me. So we'll see about that. So anyways, guys, thank you again very, very much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.